What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to go over our friend Polygon as well as Ethereum. Currently, we're sitting at $1.04. We're down 10% on the day. We're seeing a market cap of 8.08 billion, 24-hour volume, 821 million. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to Crypto.com, sign up to the world's fastest growing crypto app, and you can grab one of the incredible Visa cards, cashback in crypto, free Spotify, Netflix, Prime, travel incentives, $25 just for signing up through my referral. So here's Matic on the 4-hour time frame. Now, I have members in my Discord, they're like, come on, Jax, give us a signal, give us a short. Well, here's a short, potential short for Matic, and I'm going to explain to you why I wouldn't take this trade. So you have a head and shoulders with a breakdown target of 91 cents. But you've already seen massive sell-off for Matic. When you want to short, you want to catch the top of the move and ride it down. You don't necessarily want to enter the short when it's already made a massive move to the downside, in my opinion. And you're also trading against a bullish divergence. As you can see, we're creating an equal low while we're creating a significantly higher low on the RSI as well as on the money flow. Now that does not mean that Matic won't come down to 91 cents. Very possible, but is it a good short to take? In my opinion, no. And that's why I didn't drop a signal for it. And that's why I'm not giving a lot of signals for shorts right now. I'm in a small short for BTC just for fun, but I'm not taking it too seriously. Because when I'm looking to short, I'm looking to short the top of the move right up here. Now, I didn't short Matic when it came up to 117 because I didn't really see any strong bearish signals. We didn't have any bearish divergences on the 1-hour time frame. We simply got rejected and we rolled over. So I didn't take a short trade. Sometimes it's better to sit on the sidelines and wait for your setup. So what we could see here, I'm just going to quickly remove this. We do have a potential head and shoulders, but we have a beautiful bullish divergence. So if we hold this level of support or we dip a little bit lower and then we throw back up above this level of support, we could definitely see a nice push to the upside. We have a beautiful bullish divergence. Money is flowing into Matic. So if we do push up, of course, the levels of resistance will remain the same. I will give a signal if I'm taking a long trade. We've been making some juicy profits with our trade signals at $10 a month. You can sign up through the Patreon. So if we do see a nice bounce, 117, 126, and then your next major levels of resistance, I would target this swing high coming in at about 145 for Matic. So that is a potential play if we hold this level of support and we do see a bounce. Now we'll pop over to the 1-hour time frame. We'll see what we can see here on the hourly. Yeah, so you can see it here on the hourly too. We created a lower low, we're creating a higher low. Bullish divergence can be an early indicator that the bears are running out of strength and you may see a push back to the upside. We are holding on to a massive level of support for Matic. If I pop over to our next chart, which is here on the daily time frame, this $1 level of support is an absolutely massive level. If it does break down, we are in technical targets to the downside. We have the descending triangle target coming down at the 2.272 at about 94 cents. And this head and shoulders is all the way back down at the summer lows, coming in at about 66 cents. You can see I pulled my Fibonacci from this previous swing low, and we've already come all the way down to the 2 extension. Now, what we may be doing here is putting in a beautiful double bottom pattern. As you can see, we came down and we've made a second bottom, just as I mentioned in yesterday's video. So if we were to see a push up and we break this neckline, could be a large breakout for Matic that would take you all the way back up to about $1.36, which is a major level of resistance of this descending triangle pattern. Now, if we lose this level of support, as I mentioned in my last video, let me pop over to the next chart here. Your next levels of support, we do have some support coming in at about 98 cents, but really I'd be targeting here. Let me drop in a box. I would be targeting in between, I'm just going to open this up a little bit here, in between about 75 to about 85 cents. If we lose this $1 level support, if we come down, we lose these lows here at about 98, 99 cents, I would expect you to come back down to about 75 to about 86 cents. And that is close to the technical target here from this big head and shoulders pattern, which is about 66 cents. You can see it better on this chart here. Let me move this up just so it matches to 66 cents. As you can see here, we've basically broken down from the head and shoulders. We've lost the neckline, as well as if you're seeing this as a falling wedge or a descending triangle pattern, and your technical target from that head and shoulders is 66 cents. So as you can see, we've broken down. So if we lose this $1 level support, as you can see on the weekly, I have dropped a line here on this structural support, which is coming in right around that 79 cent level. So I do think in the long term, Matic is coming down. We have a large bearish divergence that is yet to fully play out here. And if Bitcoin comes down to the low 20Ks, I definitely think you'll see Matic come all the way back down here in between about 41 to about 33 cents in my opinion. Now we could see a short-term bounce to push us back up to about $1.30 to retest this level of resistance before rolling over, in my opinion, and seeing that continuation to the downside. We've lost the EMAs on the weekly time frame, so if we push back up, they'll act as major resistance, in my opinion. With our DCA strategy, equal amounts at each buy zone brings your average price down halfway each time. Currently, our break even is sitting at 156. So we've had 6 entries with our next buy zone sitting at 75 cents. It's all explained in the Discord. Let's look at Ethereum. So with ETH, we've been talking about this falling wedge. We've had a bit of a fake out to the upside, and we rolled over. We've come all the way down to this trend line of support. So this is pretty important support for ETH. If it is lost, I would expect you to come back down to this strong level of support in between 2436 and 2539. You could also take a measurement if this falling wedge were to break down. You can measure the body, take it to your point of breakout, and you can see it perfectly take you down to that level of support. Now, there is definitely potential for a bounce here. As you can see, money is flowing back in while price is dropping, bullish divergence. We also have a bullish divergence on the 4-hour RSI. So if we bounce here, we could definitely see a nice push up to 2866 and as well as 3007 and 3159, which is a technical target of this falling wedge pattern. Now, if we look at ETH here on the daily, I've been covering this large ascending channel, and it looks like we're just starting to break the structural support. So we do have the golden ratio with our Fibonacci pull from the start of this uptrend coming in at 2613. So that is key support for ETH, because if that support is lost, you back test it as resistance, you lose a 0.786, you're coming all the way back down to this swing low of 2157. I do think ETH will come back down to the summer lows and make it down to the 1.272 and the 1.618, which is coming in at 1884 for the 1.272 and 1585 for the 1.618, as you would be in a technical target to the downside. If this breaks down from this large bear flag pattern, would take you perfectly down to the 1.618 extension. Now, if we do see a nice bounce here, watch the daily EMAs, could act as resistance, currently coming in between about 2887 and the 55 at about 2940. Could be big resistance for ETH. Now, if we pop over to the weekly time frame here, just going to remove these squigglies. Okay, let's pop over and look at the weekly. We'll open it up. Oh, sorry guys. So as you can see, we have a massive bearish divergence that is yet to reach oversold. I do think we're going to come down to oversold. We've been creating higher highs, lower highs on the weekly, as well as on the money flow, the RSI and the money flow. We're underneath the weekly moving averages. So even if we see a bounce, if you see a rejection off the weekly moving averages, we will come all the way back down to the 1.618, and we even have the 2 extension at about 1310. The bullish scenario, which I do think is unlikely, is we bounce, we get back above these moving averages, we break this high and start heading up to previous all-time highs, but I don't think it's a more probable scenario. As I've been mentioning, this white line, the 20-week moving average, has had the bearish cross underneath the 50-week, and in previous bear markets, when we've had the bearish cross of the 20 under the 50, it led to future sell-off. So I do not think it's likely that Ethereum pushes back above these moving averages. In my opinion, I would be very surprised. I do think we are in technical targets to the downside, but we could see a relief bounce in the short term. So for Matic, just watch this bullish divergence on the 4-hour. If we do see a nice bounce here, we could definitely push back up to about $1.17, which is this previous high, and then your next levels of resistance coming in at about $1.26, and of course watch this descending trend line coming in at about $1.22. If we do start to see a nice bounce with volume, I will be giving some trade signals in the Discord, not only for Matic but for other altcoins, Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can sign up through the $10 membership. Now, if this support is lost for Matic, I would expect you to come back down to the 2.272 at about 94 cents, and you are in a technical target all the way down to 66 cents. But as of right now, we have that bullish divergence. We're even putting in a bit of a bullish divergence on the daily. We've created an equal low while creating a higher low on the RSI, signifying that the bears may be running out of strength. So we could see a nice push up to about $1.33. But if this support is lost, just target 94 cents. And then basically, as I showed you guys on this chart here, your next major level is coming in at about 75 to about 85 cents for Matic. That is it for this one. Big shout out to the Discord. Let me open it up here. We have over 1,900 members talking all things crypto, posting chart patterns, and we have the DCA trade strategy fully explained, the dollar cost average live charts. Very simple method of trading. Buy and take profit zones if you want to start dollar cost averaging into your positions. And at the $10 membership, we have the trade signals, making some nice profits on Rune. We just scored on Matic, Rune, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Right before we saw that drop, we locked in our profits. So if you want my exact entries, exits, take profits, sign up to the Patreon at $10 a month. If you want to trade with me, sign up to Bybit, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, much love. Take care.